All right, hey, welcome to the podcast. Let's talk money. We're going to actually have some pretty exciting podcasts coming forward in regards to talking about money. So we're very excited that you joined us today. We basically keep these podcasts to 10 minutes or less. So we're going to actually give you a lot of value in a short amount of time. So today, let's jump in. It's going to talk about how to, topics is understanding credit. A lot of people have questions about how do I establish credit, how do I reestablish credit, and the list goes on. So we're going to go into this today. So first question is, if I don't have any credit, how do I establish credit? So great question. If you have bad credit, or if you don't have any established credit, really you're kind of in the same situation. It's easier to kind of get yourself on the right track if you don't have anything established as opposed to having bad credit. But let me kind of explain to you how you establish credit for the first time. You can go out to a local credit union or a bank. You can actually get what is called a CD loan. So if you got money in your savings account, you can actually take that money if it's $500. Some of them are $750, depends on which group you go to. Credit unions can do it. I know I've talked to Bank of America; they're pretty good with doing it in regards to getting a CD loan. And then they'll charge you like for a 6 month period of time, and then they'll charge you roughly, I don't know, maybe if it's $500, maybe 20 to $30 for their admin fee for you to actually do this. Make sure that they do report to the bureaus, or at least one of those, but preferably all three. And the three bureaus are Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Once those get reported to the three bureaus, of course, it's going to now help you establish credit. So that's one of the things we can show you to do that can help you get things established. Also, when you get a car, try not to go get a car at a secondary car lot, or if you do, confirm before you purchase it from them that they actually do report to the bureaus, because all your payments, you want those to actually go to the credit bureau. All those things are positive trade lines that help increase your credit score. Okay, so those are some of the tips and tricks that you can use to kind of get yourself in the game. Getting a Capital One credit card, using it just for gas, and then paying it off at the end of each month is another thing that you can do. They give you cash back on some of those things, so that can actually help you establish credit that way at the same time. So those are things if you don't have anything established. Now, if you had some blemishes, let's kind of go through that. So this question here is, I've actually had a car repo, and I've actually had some situations going on with some credit cards. How do I reestablish credit? So there's a lot of things out there in regards to credit repair agencies that you can go through. And so I'm not going to list out, I can maybe put it out for all those members of our circle, where you can go, some of the ones that I've actually talked to that I feel are reputable companies. But credit repair companies basically do the work for you. I have a family member that actually went out to the bureaus herself. She called Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, and you can talk directly to those bureaus and dispute those items off your credit yourself. So the game there is, if you dispute it and they don't respond within 30 days, they have to delete those things off. I tell you that when they delete them off, there has been situations where they actually found a way to put it back on your credit. I've personally experienced that before. So the key is just to try to make sure you pay your bills on time. If you make a mistake and you've got to try to get this stuff off, the 7-year rule is in effect. So if it's been 7 years, you can dispute and they can remove that off your credit. If there's a collection agency that's going from one collection agency to another one, and it actually happened 7 years ago, but some new collection agency picked it up, go back and dispute it and ask them to provide proof to the credit reporting agencies of where that actually came from. Like, did they actually just get it, or did they acquire it from another collection agency and trace it back? If they can't prove it to the bureau, they got to remove it. So those are some of the things you can do. You can always do what is called a debt settlement letter. That debt settlement letter is basically saying, hey, I'm willing to settle this debt, but I want this to be deleted from my credit report. And if you don't delete it from my credit report, I'm not going to actually agree and get this paid off of whatever you guys agree to on that total amount of the debt. So those are some things you can do. Let me keep it 100 with you, as the young people say. I remember in 2006, I actually went out and had a 580 credit score, and I took my score up to 705 in less than 90 days. And how did I do that? Is I actually use basically what's called credit piggybacking, where you become an authorized user on someone else's credit card, and all those good years of credit history rolled over to me. And I thought it was just amazing that, I had 10 years of good repayment history. I automatically go to my credit report because somebody else allowed me to be on their credit card as an authorized user. They basically, they got the card, they cut it up, and I couldn't use their credit for any reason. But I was authorized to, but I didn't. But it gave me the ability to be able to work towards increasing my credit score, which helped a lot. So you can always become an authorized user with maybe a mother or a father or someone that has good established credit, and kind of follow the same format. Assure them you're not going to go out and abuse their credit. You're just trying to use their credit so they don't have to co-sign for you, but you can actually get the benefit of their credit. There's some other things that are out there that I would stay away from. The CPN numbers, I've done research on that, which is basically a credit protection number or consumer protection number, if I'm not mistaken. It's kind of like a secondary number that you can get that's outside your social security number. But if you try to use it and you default on a loan, there's there's legal situations that you can get yourself caught up in. So just be very leery of anything that seems like a shortcut. I mean, if you messed up financially, it may take time, to get yourself back to where you need to be. But I'm telling you the steps now. You definitely want to make sure that you try to dispute it if it's put on there wrong. Work on trying to reestablish with like a CD loan or Capital One if you can get one. If you can't, then the next step is to work your behind off towards getting those debts paid off. A lot of them will settle for 30 to 40 cents on the dollar. So if you can get those debts paid off, then you get the deletion letter before you pay it. So it's going to come off your credit, and just a little bit at a time, you can get those things off. At the same time, you can work towards getting a CD, and then that can be a positive reporting trade line that can come, and just kind of battle yourself out. If you got 30 something bucks that you can invest every 6 months, once you get one CD paid off, just keep redoing it, and all it's doing is just boosting your credit, because it's just showing that you've taken out loans, paying it off, taking off loans, paying it off. So that's a great thing that you can do as well. In regards to how credit is comprised, how it's made up, they do have a percentage of the pie that is made up of history. So even though you may have paid all your collections off, even though I'm going to talk about student loans here in a minute. Even though you got your student loans and forbearance and all these things that you got going on. Now let me go into student loans real quick. If you have student loans and you can't pay them, please get them in forbearance. If you can't, if you use your forbearance up or what have you, they still have things that are called financial hardships. And so you can sometimes get extensions on that because of financial hardships. They do have it's 2016, they do have the Obama plan where it's out there to help you to qualify for the forgiveness program. Definitely look for national student loans, or I think it's national loan registration or something like that. But just type in President Obama student loan forgiveness program, and it'll be a lot of stuff that'll pop up for that. So if you want to try to consolidate and then pay for 10 if you're a teacher, or 25 years, and then whatever your balance is, they'll forgive it. I know their payments on their website show that it can be as low as $24.95 a month. And so if you are paying $300 a year for 25 years, it's 30, that's 3,000 for 10 years. 20 years is 6,000. Another 15 years, so you're looking at about another 1,500. So about $7,500 is what you would pay over a 25-year period. But if your student loans are 30, 40, 50, 60,000 on up, you're saving a lot of money because of the forgiveness program. So definitely try to get information on that before that program is over with. In regards to how do you leverage your credit, we'll have another podcast that'll go deeper into that. But make sure that you are doing your free credit report, at freecreditreport.com. Make sure you're going out there and you're getting access to your credit. Your credit scores can range, if I'm not mistaken, between 450 and 850. So you want to definitely make sure that you can get as high as you can on the credit. I may be off, it may be 900. I thought it was 850, but a good score is 700 plus, 720 on up. A bad score is anywhere between, I would say, probably 570 on down. And so you can do those. There are some other things you can research that are out there about authorized users, seasoned trade lines, all that stuff. Do your homework. There's a lot of things that are out there. If you got questions and you're a member of the College Coaching Network family, email me through the portal, and we can try to bounce ideas back to you on things that we've done to work towards improving our credit, and then things that we've done to leverage that credit to buy real estate and invest and things like that. So happy that you joined the Let's Talk About Money, Understanding Credit. I look forward to being able to go deeper on this as we go into more illustrations and slides. Have a great day. Bye bye.